about to rain. I just felt a raindrop on my finger, so I'm probably not going to be able to be out here long. I just needed to get out of my apartment. A couple of my friends and I, we had plans today, but that kind of didn't fall through because everybody was just on different timing, and then of course the weather too, because we was talking about maybe going to the park or something like that, and it's supposed to storm, so that's kind of out of question now. I brought one of my books out here, not my own book. We all know that I'm still working on a poetry book, but I bought one of the books I have. I got this from Barnes & Noble. It's a poetry collection. I've got a lot of poetry collection books that I'm still reading, and like astrology books and stuff like that. I've already read a few pages, but I'm not too far along in it. I don't even know what, because I didn't put a bookmark or anything in here, so I don't even know which page I'm on. Leaving the house. For some reason, this just jumped out at me, and I don't remember reading this poem, so let's read it now together. Leaving the house. When I say I'm in love with you, that means I'm not alone inside of it. When I say I'm in love with you, that means I'm not alone inside of it. Yeah. Together we talk to people we love separately in one voice. Maybe that was supposed to be read as, together we talk to people we love separately in one voice. When my voice feels in love with you, when I sing on the outside. I really like that line, when my voice feels in love with you, because I guess the feels part, because it can be read as like feeling in love with someone, like the actual feeling of it, but she means like her voice is feeling with it, and it comes out in a song basically, or just like talking. It doesn't have to be singing. It could be when she's talking about together we talk to people we love separately in one voice. And then like in the beginning, I like how she says, when I say I'm in love with you, that means I'm not alone inside of it. Why am I saying she? I think this is actually a guy. Hold on. Yes, I'm sorry, Yanyi. So yeah, I like how he says, when I say I'm in love with you, that means I'm not alone inside of it. And in the beginning, he also says, when I say. So that again ties into the speaking part and singing. So, you know, when I say I'm in love with you, that means I'm not alone inside of it. This also reminds me of how people say they're falling in love, but really they rather say they want to rise in love, because falling in love, when you think of falling, that means like you're falling, you about to hit rock bottom, like you don't know what's about to Falling in love can be interpreted as, you know, either you're falling alone or y'all might be falling together to y'all's demise. Because y'all know sometimes in relationships you can feel like y'all are in love, but then it turns out to be toxic, or you know, y'all figure out things about each other that you didn't know about each other at first, and as time grew on, you kind of, you know, those masks or whatever, you know, everybody got comfortable and shades fell off, whatever. It kind of ties into that honeymoon phase that I talk about in the other video. So I do, it's a basic poem, but it can be, I don't know, you don't have to look at it as so basic, because it can go deep in a way. If you look at it deeply, it can be interpreted deeply in different ways. But you know, it just made me think about that falling in love portion I was talking about. And now people, people still say, you know, they're falling in love or whatever, but now people, if you're writing a poem or when you're really trying to be serious about it, like, nah, we ain't falling in love no more. People are talking about they want to rise in love, and not just fall, like I said, fall in love by themselves or together or whatever. People want to rise in love together. Let the love like uplift them and, I don't know, encourage them, and they growing together. Like nothing's falling in love. I just kind of messed up the page. I know people who are really, you know, into books and stuff, they probably looking at it, oh my gosh, why you ain't taking care of your books how you need to be. Like, do I need to take that book away from you because you was not taking care of it? But anyways, this is another poem that I just found pertaining to relationships, and literally I just read the first line, so I have no idea if this is actually pertaining to relationships. I just saw that it said what was left of our relationship. So this is titled Coming Over. What was left of our relationship neatly folded on the couch, and the bathroom noticed what else was missing. You came into the bathroom taking out your razor, your toothbrush, leaving my toothbrush, replacing everything next to its double, as though I had needlessly doubled. I walked out from my bathroom and you walked into my bathroom. the little soap and the razor, the duplicates in the bags, not wanting to owe me anything, not wanting to have appeared. It is like that. I give my house and you take how you live in it, not backwards or forwards, but the past and the present, overcoming one another. Okay, this is another. I actually feel like this poet, a lot of his poems, you really, because they may not seem like they make sense at, the first time you read it, and then you just really have to look at it, dissect it or whatever, and it's like, oh, that's kind of basic, but then it's kind of like, I don't know, at the same time. I do like how it started out, what was left of our relationship neatly folded on the couch. I like how it says what was left of our relationship neatly folded on the couch, because that can be interpreted in a few different ways as well. Maybe the relationship is ending and there was just the last of the things that's being left. It talks about houses and everything, and that, and the toothbrushes in the bathroom and stuff. So maybe someone's moving out, and the breakup's coming in, and it's just like, look, this is what it is, this is what's left of the relationship, no hard feelings, everything's just neatly folded on the couch, and then we're going to go our separate ways. That could have also been read as things being messy laid out on the couch, whereas, okay, this relationship is ending, or maybe it's been ended but they haven't really separated yet, so things are still messy in the living room on the couch. That's just the way I'm interpreting it. It could be a totally different way, but that's the thing with poetry, you can interpret it the way that you see it. You can tie it to your own experiences and things like that. Of course, the poet is going to have their own way that it's supposed to be interpreted, or they might write it in a way that it is interpreted in many different ways, but that's just up for the reader to interpret themselves. And then how he spoke about, you come into my bathroom taking out your razor, taking out your things but leaving mine. So that again made me think, maybe this is a relationship ending, and so someone's packing their things, getting ready to move out. They take their baggage, they take their faults that happened in the relationship, their insecurities, whatever it is, they're packing up their things and leaving out, leaving the other partner with their own baggage, their own insecurities, their own faults, left into their own bathroom. When you think about a bathroom, you go to the bathroom for private things. When you gotta use the bathroom, nobody is usually in there with you unless you have kids or something, but a bathroom is a private place. People go to the bathroom to take showers, you're getting naked, things like that. That's just what I feel the bathroom would be symbolizing. I give my house and you take how you live in it. Now, I was kind of looking at this part and thinking about it for a while, and again, it was like, I don't know, it's just, I really wish I could hear the poet himself talk about, some of these poems that he wrote and what was the process of what he was going through, or whatever, what was the inspiration for the poem. Just hear him talk about each line, each stanza on his own, because that would be interesting. But I know also people are like, we don't like to hear when poets tell what their poem is actually about, because it takes away from the poem, it takes away from our own imagination and things like that. I don't know. I really like both sides of it. I like being able to have my own interpretation, but I also like being able to hear the poet's interpretation for themselves of why they actually wrote it, and then like compare and contrast, like, oh, this is what I thought it could be, and if I wrote it, this is what it would mean to me, but this is what it meant to them. Like, I don't know, I just like stuff like that. But the end of the poem spoke about, you take my home and run with it how you live with it. I don't know, I could open it back up, but I done lost the page. It's in the beginning, I know, but I'm just trying to gather my thoughts together right now. It also spoke about how the past and the present kind of overcame each other. So to me, that kind of speaks to like things that they were dealing with, the hardships that they may have dealt with in the past in their relationship, and their decision in the present to separate and not continue on in this toxic cycle. Those combined and were able to overcome each other. I was gonna read one more poem. I still can once I go inside, but yeah, I have to go because the rain is starting to come down now. So the book is getting wet, my phone's getting wet, I'm getting wet, everything's getting wet. So yeah, we gotta go. So yeah, just let me know how you would interpret those two poems that I did read. if you would interpret it how I did or differently. I ended up getting in my apartment, looking out the window, and I'm like, man, forget this. I'm going back outside. If y'all heard that, my wallet just came open, so coins just fell all up on the ground. So let me get my coins up, especially my quarters. I don't play about no quarters. All right, I think I got them all up, but the rain, I don't know, it's kind of coming down a little bit hard, but not super hard, and I went and got my umbrella, so I'm good. I don't know if I'm gonna come out on this side because they don't have no roofing or anything like that, but on the other side, they got this little roof spot right here. It's messy out here too. So the rain kind of slowed down a bit to where I can actually walk around out here. It's kind of just sprinkling a little bit. I'm not up under the roof or anything. The other girl, I think she just went in and said forget it, but I'm gonna stay out here for a little while, I guess, until I feel like, all right, I'm actually ready to go back in now. But I just didn't feel like being inside my apartment. I needed to step out, get some fresh air, do some thinking, clear my mind, or if I come up with anything to write while I'm out here. I didn't bring my notebook or anything, and I left the book inside because I didn't want anything to get wet. I really didn't come out here to write or read the second time. I just came out here to finish out my little relaxation session or whatever of needing some fresh air and needing to be out of my apartment, seeing those walls, dual walls and stuff. Like, no, I needed some scenery or something. But I hope you guys are enjoying y'all's day. Again, let me know how you would interpret those poems, if you would interpret it differently or not, and just let me know how your day went, I guess. Whatever you feel like talking about in the comments. Is it raining where you at? Do you go dance in the rain? I know people who like dancing in the rain and stuff, and I said I used to not like rain touching my skin at all. Like, it would make me itch. I didn't like how it smelled once it dried up and stuff. Like, I don't know, years ago, like back in high school and stuff, I would not be out here in this rain. And that's crazy, but that's really how I felt about rain. But now I'm just like, you know what, I need some peace. My apartment is not giving me that peace right now, so I'm out here in this rain and I'm enjoying it. So that's what matters. The poems in Yanyi's latest book suggest that we enter and exit our old selves like homes. We look through the windows and recognize some former aspect of our lives that is both ours and not ours. We long for what we had, even as we recognize that we can no longer live there.